Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to present Thailand 4th BUR, which was submitted in December 2022. The presentation consists of 5 topics. The first topic, the national context. Thailand is located at the heart of mainland Southeast Asia. The land area is approximately 513 square kilometers, comprising of hills, mountain, plain, and coastline about 3,000 kilometers long, consists of Andaman Sea, approximately 1,100 kilometers in the west of Thailand, and the Gulf of Thailand coast around 2,040 kilometers in the east. Land use is classified as 31.95% forest cover, 46.5% agricultural area, of which 46.04% is dedicated to rising cultivation. Our population is reaching 66 million people in the 20th most populated country in the world. In 2021, over the past decade, the average annual population growth rate has been around 0.4%. The urbanization rate remained the same as reported in the third BUR. The projection from 2010 to 2040 revealed that the population living in urban areas has been steadily increasing. It is estimated that 74.3% of the population live in urban area by 2040. Tourism has always been a significant part of Thailand's economic growth, generating 20 to 22% of GDP. The annual revenue from the tourism sector increased by 1.1%, around $87,000 million from the previous year. In 2021, total agricultural production increased by 1.4%. Thailand energy consumption was 77,000 kiloton or equivalent, decreased 9.76% from 2019 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mostly commercial energy consumption was 86.4% of the total energy consumption, and energy production was 65 kiloton or equivalent, decreased 11.64% from 19. This slide presents focusing the institutional arrangement structure to develop Thailand greenhouse gas inventory. Starting from the bottom, there are 6 sectoral lead agencies who are responsible for measuring and reporting data. The data is transferred to National Focal Points, Office of Natural Resources and Environment Policy and Planning, changed to Department of Climate Change and Environment, and input into Thailand Greenhouse Gas Emission Inventory System, so-called TGIS. After that, greenhouse gas inventory information obtained from TGIS is predominantly examined by sectoral working group on GHG inventory and mitigation measures. Finally, the inventory is approved twice by Subcommittee on Climate Change Knowledge and Database and National Committee on Climate Change Policy, respectively, before submitting to the UNFCCC. The estimation of Thailand greenhouse gas inventory is based on the 2006 IPCC guideline and all good practice guidance. In addition, both Tier 1 and Tier 2 methodologies are implemented depending on data available. Thailand net emission has increased continuously during 2000 to 2019. However, net emission in late 2019 has started incline due to the COVID-19. In Thailand, energy sector has been major contributor on GHG emission, followed by agriculture, IPPU, and waste. Within the energy sector, the top 3 emitters were public electricity, heat production, road transportation, and manufacturing industry and construction. For the agriculture, most of emission from rice cultivation. For the mitigation action and effect, We focus on the institutional arrangement of the domestic measures, reporting and verification or MRV system to monitor the implementation progress of NAMA roadmap. Thailand has developed a domestic MRV system that operates at the national and sectoral level. The main agency at the sectoral level responds for verifying the key data and approaches after they are finalized by the working group on GSG inventory and mitigation measures, such as appropriate measure and policy for monitoring and evaluation of GSG emission reduction, the methodology of calculating GSG emission reduction, the MRV process of activity data and the evaluation result and GSG emission reduction report. Thailand has set the target of NAMA to reduce GSG emission in the energy and transportation sector by 7% with domestic effort and up to 20% depend on support received, and compared to the BAU the year 2020. Main mitigation actions were renewable energy substitution and energy efficiency improvement. By 2020, Thailand has achieved target to reduce GSG emission by 15.4%, about 56 million ton carbon dioxide equivalent. Besides, Thailand has set more ambitious target of national determined contribution 2.0 to reduce GSG emission in economy-wide exclude LULUCF by domestic effort, 30% to 40% depending on international support received, compared to its BAU. Moreover, Thailand has updated long-term target to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050 and net zero emission by 2065. Thailand, as the developing country, still face many challenges in implementing climate action. In the area of GSG inventory, we still need further support on developing country-specific emission factors and approaches to collect activity data that are currently unavailable. In the area of mitigation, the advanced technologies and infrastructures needed for success implementation require higher investment budget and technical capacity. Therefore, international support is much needed. In the area of adaptation, we need to enhance subnational agencies' capacity to integrate climate adaptation into their plan, as well as support responsible agency to develop appropriate tools. Moreover, to create an enabling environment for climate action, support are required to raise public awareness on climate change, to develop national monitoring and evaluation system and MRV framework for climate finance, as well as to formulate long-term climate economic model, which will be used by policymakers to forecast economic impacts from climate policy and measures. In terms of international support, Thailand has received support mainly in mitigation areas and in form of capacity building and technical support. Some recent support, for example, fourth BUR preparation and mitigation project by some domestic budget and international resources. Development of TG support by Australian government. And there are two projects supported by NAMA facility and GIZ, namely RAC NAMA to enhance energy efficiency to reduce GHG emission in the air conditioning and refrigeration industry by utilizing environmental friendly natural refrigerant, and Thailand NAMA to reduce methane emission in the agricultural sector. And multilateral fund and World Bank support Thailand to study phase out of F-gas refrigerant hydrofluorocarbon management plan and implemented pilot project. For the transition to enhanced transparency framework, this slide presentation on the inventory for previous 1994, Thailand has limitation of data collection due to lack of expert financial support to collect and verify historical data for 1990 to 2000. Updated country-specific sources and emission factor. In the agricultural sector, both Tier 1 and Tier 2 methodologies are adopted for estimating greenhouse gas emission. In waste sector, Thailand has declared methane estimation from solid waste disposal site as Tier 2 method in Thailand first BTR. The country-specific emission factor for other sectors is under developing for the second BTR. Developing MRV system for NDC tracking progress for reporting following common tabular format template under enhanced transparency framework, enhancing QA, QC procedure to improve national GSG inventory, and improving activity data collection process using digital platform. Currently, we are updating Thailand greenhouse gas emission inventory and IT to support ETF tools. In my conclusion, Thailand still needs adequate support for BTR preparation as well as implementation of mitigation, adaptation, capacity building measures, and this support are very important to enhance climate action in Thailand. Thank you very much for your attention.